Morning everyone, welcome to Wednesday, October 29th. It's almost Halloween and it's almost the end of Vlogtober. So I'm getting ready for work and I thought I would show you what I'm bringing like I used to do. So I've got my water. I have not brought water in a few days, so my teeth will like this and my stomach will like this. And then I've got some stir-fry vegetables and some chicken strips. So I'm gonna put that together with some sweet and sour sauce. That'll be, I don't know if that'll be my dinner or my lunch. And then I've got this chicken quesadilla and some goldfish to go with this. And then for snack, I have some mixed nuts. I also have a chewy protein bar in case I have a sugar crash. Yes, that's it. And it is my long work day today. And before I go to work, I have to go to the dentist. So I had 2 fillings done last Wednesday. And I have had pain in that area since. The pain used to be constant for the first few days, and now it's just after I eat, and it can last like 30 minutes to an hour, and it's really painful. So I have an emergency appointment this morning for them to look at it, and I'm really nervous about what they're going to find and what they might have to do about it. So we shall see. Hopefully whatever it is minor and doesn't hurt too bad. And also I wanted to take a minute. I'm having a morning where I'm just feeling, it's been brewing for a couple days, where I'm just feeling very bloated, and I feel like fat, which is a really bad word to use. I just don't know what else I can say for it, and just really negative about my body. And I just want to take a minute to remind myself and remind you guys that like it doesn't matter what we look like, and it doesn't matter if we're gaining weight or losing weight or staying the same. Like what matters is that we're taking care of ourselves, that we're trying to exercise, and that we're trying to eat appropriately. Of course, you're gonna, you gotta live, so you've got to have a little bit of a balance there, and some days are going to be easier than others. But what the most important part is being kind to yourself and having a nice inner dialogue with yourself about the positive things about your body, and stop beating yourself up about the things you don't like about your body. So here's a little PSA to be kind to yourself and love yourself regardless of any society negative things that you might be thinking, because everyone is beautiful and everyone deserves to remind themselves that they are beautiful. So I'll take you with me. I don't know what we'll get up to today, probably not a lot, but I will bring you with me. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, October 30th, almost the end of Vlogtober, and I am having a day from hell. Actually, I'm having a week from hell. I've had an appointment every day this week for different things. I had dental work last week, and I've had mouth pain since, especially after eating. So I went in yesterday, and it seemed like it was just one tooth that was bothering me. So they shaved it down. I just had a high spot, and then everything seemed fine. And then I ate lunch, and then I was in excruciating pain. So went back today, and it was like the same idea on the back tooth. I feel so much better, but we won't really know until I eat. And then my homework, I forgot. I just was confused about my assignments. The reading is really hard. There's a bunch of reading. I'm behind in the reading. Next week's going to be a lot more reading. There's a bunch of research, and I'm just feeling like I can't catch up, and like that I don't know, like I'm failing basically, and I'm very overwhelmed and my brain is spinning. So that's bothering me. And then my son has some vague symptoms that have been going on for over a year now, and we've been seeing some specialists. Well, we've only seen one specialist, and we put him in some counseling to see if it's like medical or mental health or both, which everybody can benefit from counseling, whether you have anything wrong with you or anything. But basically the counselor is now saying there's nothing that she needs to do with him, that he's completely well regulated. However, endocrinology last week or the week before told me that they had serious concerns about his mental health, despite the fact that they met us once. So I don't know what to do. I'm getting frustrated. And so today I've been a puddle of tears, and I called out because I can't pull my shit together and I can't stop crying. So it's homework and trying to take care of myself today. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm hoping that there'll be a nap in there, and I'm hoping I can set up like a timeline, or not a timeline, like a goal. Like if I get so much done, like this type of reading, this many pages, whatever, or this many chapters, then I can do X, Y, and Z. That way I have something to look forward to, and then I can get back to homework. I was supposed to do a haunted trail today and scare some kiddos, but I don't have time because of my homework. And we were supposed to go to the pumpkin glow, but I also don't have time because of the homework. So I'm feeling very defeated. And I don't really have as many things to show you guys this year. Usually I decorate. I haven't done that this year. Do the pumpkin glow. I don't think I've ever brought you on the trail, but I talk about it. And so I feel like this year has just been really bland, especially with me being so behind on the make-alongs. So I apologize. So if you've been here for the ride, thank you for continuing to be here. And if you're new and you're checking me out, also thank you for being here. But I just want to let you know that next year should be more content, more exciting. So don't give up on me, I guess. With that, all that rambling and pity party stuff, I will get going and do some homework. And if I get a point where I can take a little knitting break, I will bring you along. Apparently I dropped a stitch pretty far back, and now I have to go back and fix it, but I thankfully know how to fix it without undoing my rows. Hey guys, I'm going to wrap up this video. So today started off really stressful and tearful, and I was overwhelmed and just really having a day. And Well, I still feel kind of depressed and overwhelmed and wanting to cry all the time. It's not as intense as it was this morning. I reached out to my academic advisor about my schoolwork, and she had me reach out to my professor, and I did. I've not heard back from them yet, but I feel like I have some support, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And when I reached out to her, I do this thing where when I'm reaching out for help or I'm saying that I'm struggling with something, I always am afraid that the other person is going to think I'm an idiot, and I take that very offensively. So I get really paranoid about it because I never want to look dumb. So anyways, I was worried about that, and she didn't act like that at all. She was really supportive, so that helped. And then I don't really know what I shared earlier, but reached out to my son's therapist and talked to her, and that went better than I expected, so that was good. He's fine, by the way. And then I finished all my reading. I spent 6 hours reading today. I took 2 30-minute breaks during that 6 hours, but that was a lot. That was pretty intense. I definitely would not have been able to finish the reading without calling out today. Not that that's the right decision, but I needed to do it. And I think if I forced myself to go to work, I would just cry every time someone looked at me. And that doesn't really help anybody around you. And when you're in that state, it's really easy to make mistakes. So it's really not a good idea. And then I laid down and did some crying and while I was talking to my husband and just like unloading, because he's a really good listening ear. And then I made some grilled cheese and soup with my son, and then I sat on the couch and I told myself I was gonna knit for like an hour, and I've been here for a couple hours, and I think that has really what finished settling my nerves. So I'm going to get off this video and go to bed, but I wanted to show you that I finished not the last clue, but clue 4. So this is clue 1, clue 2, clue 3, and clue 4. So this is the Haunted Hues Mystery Sock Along by Hypnotic Yarn. And so you get 5 total clues. So this is clue 1. It's really, really fun. And then this is clue 2, and they have you change the needle size when you're changing colors, and it kind of looks Frankenstein-y. And then this is not the best color work, but it is a boom box on the heel, and you knit the heel flat while you're doing color work, and some parts had 3 colors, and that was a little crazy. Then the heel turn, which goes to here, and then this is clue 4, and I made a little mistake. So you do striping of blue and pink, and on the blue where your knits and pearls are would be the opposite of the pink, but I was busy knitting on my way to dinner to meet my son for his birthday dinner on Sunday, and didn't pay attention to that for the first round, and then I thought it doesn't matter, I'll just keep going. So it's all the same stitch pattern. And then the final clue is just the toe, and I'm going to make my toe, and I'm going to use green. In theirs they have black, but in my sock I only have 1 stripe of green, so that'd be really fun to end with some green. And I'm hoping I can finish it tomorrow on my lunch break. We'll find out. It's gonna come second to my homework, but it would be nice if I could finish it tomorrow. I was going to be Maleficent at work because I'm wearing a gown as part of my protective equipment. We wear that while we're at work, and a face mask, so it kind of limits what your costume options are. So I did buy like this really cheap devil horn headband thing. It has like a little bow tie. I don't know if I'll wear the bow tie. I don't always like things touching my throat. And then I think I'll rewear these skeleton earrings. They're going to be a little bit in the way though, so they're so long, and I have to put a mask on and off all day. So it's probably going to drive me crazy, but it would be really fun to wear if you're a devil. I don't know, something about it just seems exciting to me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I might put makeup on, but that also seems like a lot of work just to do while you're at work. But I really like Halloween, and I like to dress up and I don't really have the ability to do that, so I kind of want to do whatever I can. So I guess it depends what kind of headspace I wake up in tomorrow morning. So we shall see. But tomorrow's the last day of Vlogtober. Oh, also, I haven't completely made this decision yet, but I've been struggling to keep up with the Stephen West Mystery Make-Along, and I'm loving Clue 1. Love it so much. Super fun. I like the way it looks when it's finished. I haven't started, like I'm still on it, which is fine. My sweater came first for the longest time, and then life and school. So, I saw the finished product today, and I do not like it. I do not like it at all. I do want to somehow use Clue 1, so I don't know if I'm going to try to figure out like my own shawl pattern, or like, not like make a pattern, but try to use that as like the center of the shawl, like the center top of the shawl, and then find a way to like continue to branch out so that I have a shawl with that in it. But the good news is I can put that aside and cast on the crochet baby blanket for my sister-in-law's best friend who's expecting in December. And I can be less stressed about obligated feeling like I have to catch up with the Clue and like rush through this project that might not bring me any joy. So yeah, we're ending on a note with plans of action. And one of the things that I have learned by taking care of my mental health is that when I get overwhelmed and just really depressed and feel like I just I just can't do anything, like I'm just done, I'm ready to throw the towel in, not like ending stuff, just like the day, like you just feel like there's no winning, and you don't know how you're going to get out of this deep hole. That's where I felt this morning. Action, coming up with a plan is really what helps me, and I usually need help to do it. I usually can't do it by myself. Usually my husband or my therapist help, and I'm getting a little bit better about being able to do it by myself sometimes. So today, that's what I did. I didn't let it overwhelm me. Well, I did for a little while, but like I didn't let it take over the whole day. I allowed myself to feel kind of miserable all day, but I calmed down the nervous system by making a plan, and then I got to finish the day with knitting. So all is well, and I am headed to bed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.